Okay, this is my third time calling. I would really appreciate if I can just talk to you so I can move on with my day. I have a schedule that I'm going off of, and
Girl,
it's
you ain't
not
got
fair.
no
See,
damn schedule.
I knew
You
you were
ain't got
about
no
to say
damn
that.
schedule.
Okay, okay. You constantly disrespecting me.
Okay, is that what you called for to tell me that?
No,
What do you want to talk about?
no,
What is it?
no. You do not tell me and force me to talk. That's why I have so many problems now. Too many people want to change the way I talk and not listen to me be myself. I
Because you
cannot
don't
be
be
who
saying
everybody want me to
nothing.
be. No, it's
You don't
nothing
be
wrong with
wasting
me.
people's time.
What?
You just keep wasting people's time. I got another
I'm not.
call. Might be important. I got a call. Might be important. Hold on. Okay, you there?
Where?
Hmm.
I'm where I am. Where are you? What are you referring to? Because listen, I don't want to be a difficult person. Okay? And I have to go through learn all kinds of things and stumble across different things and try to get my point across as best as I can. I didn't call you for this. I called you for a mature conversation today. I called you, I said, hey, how are you? And I said, nope, I'm not gonna do that. I changed. I said, how's business going? And then you had your reply at what you said. And then I started to talk to you. I had a
I don't
number of
want to rehash what done happened. If you got something you got to say, I want you to say it so we
okay,
can
that's
move
fair, and
on.
that's what I'm trying to ask you. Because you started talking about trying to
All right,
humiliate
I'm
me
gonna
and
hang up this
insult me.
phone. I'm gonna hang up this phone. You know, get to your point. What is it?
I'm asking you to stop yelling at me so that I can talk to you and have a productive business conversation about your property and the things that I need to discuss with you.
What things are you talking about?
Can
I'm not sure there's anything you need to discuss. You need to act. You need to do what needs to be done.
and I called you politely about a couple issues.
What are they?
Can you listen so that I can get through what I have to say without
Yeah,
you?
you're gonna get to the issues you're talking about
You
rather
can't
than just a
tell me
lot
as
of
fast
mumbo
as I can
jumbo.
talk. You can't force me and traumatize me though.
Then wait a minute, you traumatizing me.
Okay, and
Yeah,
that's why I'm talking calmly
I'm the
to
one
you.
being traumatized.
Okay, and if you are being traumatized, that's not my intention. I'm talking to you calmly. I'm I have a schedule. I have things that I have to get on my
Just
schedule.
get to it. Get to it and
Okay,
say
so
what you
I'm
gotta say.
calling you today, okay, because I told you, and I have three subjects. Please do not add anything on it and blame me. So please listen. I have multiple things that I have to do today, in which I
Okay,
told
then go ahead, G. You can go do them now.
you I'm not asking you for permission, okay? So I have multiple things, and I understand that may be your personality, but I have multiple things. I told you that I would talk to you either Monday or Tuesday. And I'm calling to say to you so you can know, and this is proper for me to do. This is right for me to call you and do. So I know that it will have to be anytime after 1:00 p.m. tomorrow that I can sit down and talk with you, because I have different things that I have to do. If you think that you want to talk today, then it would have to be much later today. It can't
You
be.
called me. I didn't have nothing to talk to you about. I done told you my situation, what are my expectations were. So what do we have to talk about?
I
I didn't
know that.
call him. The time for talk is past. It's time for action.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying to you. I had a conversation with you last week on Friday, and I said to you, and I said that I would talk to you again, and I would print out some stuff to make sure and different things like that, and we can discuss specifics or whatever. And then after the 10th or so, you said that you'll give me to the 10th to try to figure everything out or whatever, and before you, because with the whole eviction notice, then we'll see. And I told you that I need at least to move out until July 1st. And so I don't know if you remember, but this is not fair because it's exposing you and me to whoever you're sending your recordings to, and for me to have to record, but I'm not.
Listen,
I wasn't
you
recording
didn't have
at
to
first.
record. You chose to record and try to compromise me in some kind of way. I don't know, like you think the judge,
You think this is for the judge?
you go in there and make sexual allegations, the judge gonna say, well, if she can stay there, you know, she can say, he gonna say, well, you ought to want to get out of there. If he's that kind of a man, you need to get away from him.
When have I accused you of sexual? When have I accused you of sexual allegations?
You accuse me, you make allegations like that, insinuations like that all the time.
That is not true.
Well, you said that judge ain't gonna let you stay because you saying that kind of crap. He's gonna say you ought to want to go.
I'm calling you, and I just said to you about me moving. I said to you that I have to try to find somebody to help me move my furniture. I hope you taking note because I talked to you, and that was the first thing that came out of my mouth when I called you.
Everybody that's evicted got to do that, so that ain't nothing new.
I am not technically evicted.
Well, you know, if you ain't out of here what did I say, the 7th, you gonna be on your way to being evicted.
I talked to you. I'm calling you to talk to you about this business. You also told me that if you got your money or whatever, so you keep changing up. So you are like psychologically abusing me because your story keeps changing. Now you telling me I have to leave here by the 7th, but I talked to you.
No, I said what the eviction notice say.
It can't be because I told you, first of all, it's 5, you on that lease, it's 5, you, and legally you cannot give any notice until 5.
Well, now you got something that says if your point is right, then I can't do nothing. I can't evict you then. So then you can go to court and tell the judge that.
Why? I don't need to do that. I don't want to go all and make you have some, like, do this for you. All this eviction stuff, it's not because you have to do it. It's because you want to put on a show.
I don't want to put on no show. You know, it's like,
I don't want to talk about this. I did not call you for all of this. Every time, I don't need to do this. Every time I talk to somebody on the phone, every time I call you, you got...
One time you talk to somebody on the phone and you must be doing something wrong.
I'm talking about you. I didn't say everyone. And that's not true.
Wait a minute. You were supposed to give me some money on the 1st. That never happened. You say things, you make promises, and you never comply. You don't follow through.
You refused my money. You refused my money, and you refused the program that I said that would pay you.
No, you ain't refused no money. You didn't come through with no money.
You refused the money. You did refuse the money.
I ain't refused no money. See, now you can tell the judge that too.
I told you how much that I could give you before the 1st even came, and you said okay. And then when I told you the same amount, you said that you didn't want that.
No, you kept going down each time. You kept going down.
No, that is a lot. So how much did I start off by saying? I'm really curious.
You started off with saying, you know, that maybe I said my check is for $600. Maybe I can give you $300 or $400.
I never said that amount because I know for a fact that I budget that. I told you how much that I can give you because of the check is that amount. And I have to buy groceries because I didn't have any.
What amount? What amount did you say?
I said 100 or 200.
Okay, it went down to that.
No, it did not.
It went down to that.
Okay.
But you said you only had the budget to the 14th, but then you was going to get your food stamps. That's what you said. See, I know what you said.
No, you only remember
You
what
don't
you
know
want
what
to
you
hear.
said.
Okay,
You know it's
whatever.
going to change.
That's okay. I really hope I can get away from here safely.
Well, I hope so too. But we know that ain't gonna happen.
You want me to stay here, but you steady abusing me.
I don't want you to stay here.
So why are you saying? So I'm not gonna be able to get it. So what you saying? I'm not gonna be able to get away from here safely then?
See, there you go.
That's what you said. You say you hope so too, but we know that's not gonna happen.
Well,
So I don't have. If I can't get away from here safely, from Wisconsin safely, I don't have anywhere else to go right now. And I'm trying really hard to work with you.
You said you want to get out of here today, and I said, yeah, we know that ain't gonna happen.
I did not say today.
Well, that's what it sounds like. Maybe it's my whatever. Maybe I'm so anxious I just heard that, but it sounds like that's what you said. You're gonna try to get out of here today, and I said, you know that ain't gonna happen.
I understand that it may be, sometimes a conflict of interest because you might want to talk to me personally, or you might think that because you know different people or whatever. But sometimes I want to have just a regular business conversation. That's who I am, and I've been like that for a long time.
You're going to your issues and your anxiety and your
yeah, this is script. You did this before. Something that you sit around practice doing, because that was not even a proper response to what I said. It's a reason why you doing this. When I called you, I said that I'm not gonna be able to meet with you, and I was trying to talk. I thought I would be able to have a decent conversation.
Listen, I don't expect nothing's gonna change with no meeting. You just want to spinning your wheels trying to manipulate it and throw me off track so you can do what run your old.
You know what? I'm so sorry that and I'm not recording right now. And I just really am asking you just to give me a chance, because ever since I've been here, you have not given me a chance to be a person. You have insulted me and did all kinds of stuff. That's why people don't work with people that they know at times and stuff like that, because or you don't know me. You sitting here saying my old this and that, but you don't know me. I've never done any of that stuff that you saying that I'm doing.
Okay.
And so I don't know if you dreaming about this stuff. I don't know if you thinking about this stuff in your head. I don't know if people telling you that to make you be hard on me. I think that it's a combination of more than one of those things. Because I'm always trying to be kind and nice to you. I did not plan on having this long conversation with you like this.
I know you never do, but you always go on tirades and on. I don't know, incongruent issues and things that you think happened that didn't happen, and you got some issues going on.
Okay, I can take note that you are assuming that.
No, I'm not assuming.
Well, I can take note that you have that going on. Do you got anything else to say about that? Because I call and I dial these numbers, and I'm so glad that it's, I can pay just one phone, like one amount a month to talk, because, this is really upsetting to me. I have so many calls, and you even told me I don't even have nothing to do with my day. I want to sit down there and just act like I'm not there. And no, that's too much talking and stuff like that. But you don't have to believe me. And I spend a lot of time proving to people, and everybody want me to put on a show. Everybody want to get a piece of Jasmine and be in my presence and have something to say, because they know that this is a serious situation I'm in, or they know that, you know, I'm this and that and the other, and they know how, you know, all kinds of things. But I just really want you to mind your business. It does not matter if I have anything to do or not. If I tell you that I'm busy as a professional, and as you have to realize that there's a landlord-tenant law, you need to put your landlord personality on and realize that you don't have a right to comment on that. If I'm clearly,
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know shit again. You're always going on somewhere where all I'm saying I haven't been paying my rent. Is you gotta go. That's all I'm saying.
okay, and also I have told you that I did not know anything specifically. You know that those programs take a while to pay you.
Well, then you should have been on it already.
I just got out of jail.
Wait a minute, you waited and then you didn't just, you went over your mom's house. You didn't when you was over there. You waited till you came here.
I've been out of jail for 2 weeks. That is not enough time to get things through. And knowing some of these,
You could have started. You could have started.
I did start it. I have emails. I have emails and phone calls out to these two places.
All right, whatever. You know, if you have another month before you end up going to eviction.
I'm trying to, okay, but I'm really trying to be out of here before then.
Okay.
Because you don't. No, but okay, but there is.
So that's why it's all things like that. You're trying to get out of here. Okay, keep on trying.
Why do you want things to end abruptly? How come I can't have, I'm asking you to move out of your place smoothly without any problems so that I can make sure that everything can be decent in order. And you won't allow that. You want to fight. You want to be able to go to court and have a fight against me. You don't want.
No, that's not what I want.
Okay, well then please listen, because I'm trying to plan an exit strategy, and that is going to take time.
You should have got that when you knew that the room was going to be ending. You should already have a strategy.
I did not know that I was going to have to move out of here. Even when I got out of jail, I did not think that this was going to happen. I have so much stuff that I'm doing. You told me that you were going to give me time to get on my feet and get a job and everything, and you were not going to bother me about this June payment. You said that I didn't have to worry about it.
I don't remember telling you that.
You did.
Well, that's another thing. One of the things that you
and you even admitted, you said I did say I was going to give you time to figure it out.
Well, you got time to figure it out. I told you.
But then after you called the police on me and all that stuff, then you changed it up. So you must have somebody that you want to move in here.
The last time, was that Saturday you was down here?
Friday,
whenever it was. First of all, your son shit all in my room. You wouldn't clean it up the way I wanted it cleaned up. You wouldn't use no disinfectant on it.
I did not call you for that, and that's not.
Okay,
I can't. So you, okay, now, wait. Oh, now you lying. Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, well, make a police report. Then call the police on me about it then, if that's what you choose. But first of all, one thing that is illegal, if someone has any allergens or irritations, you cannot force someone to touch a product that they are not comfortable touching. I cleaned with what I could clean. I asked you, did you have any other products? I was not comfortable. That product was too strong for me to clean with. However, I did use soap and water to clean it up. And I recorded me cleaning it up. You cannot force someone to use a product that they cannot. You don't know.
All right.
So.
That's why I didn't want him in there, because I figured something was going to happen.
No, you called at his room. You did not.
Okay, yeah, but you won't even clean up behind it.
That room is not dirty. That room is not messy. I did clean up. I did clean it up. But you gotta make sure that you must then record. I clean it with soap and water. So okay, when you have a bowel movement. Okay, let me ask you something. When you have a bowel movement.
I cleaned it.
Okay, when you have a bowel movement, do you use that stuff, that spray on your butt?
If I shit all over my floor, I use it on
No, on your behind. When you have butt that, no, when you have something to come out of your butt, do you use soap and water? Okay, I understand that. But do you use soap and water?
And you don't want to clean up behind it.
Do you use soap and water?
And then, like I say, you asked for a soda. I said, go ahead and get you a soda.
No, and I try to explain. No, I try to. No. This is what happened. It was that. No, I did not. That it was. No, I never. I'm not a thief. You lying.
You asked me about my Wi-Fi, and I didn't give you the Wi-Fi, so you went over there, and while I was writing out your rent receipt,
really?
you stole my Wi-Fi. Oh,
Wait. So you saying? Oh, you definitely lying because you have finished those rent.
I didn't tell you to go get my Wi-Fi.
You did. I have it all recorded.
Okay, good. You got it recorded. I didn't tell you to get it.
Hold on. First of all, I already had those rent receipts for at least 2 hours before that happened. It was nighttime. I had.
How long do you think it was here?
I got that Wi-Fi code toward the time I was getting ready to leave from out of there.
Okay, well, I don't know how long you was here.
Well, why are you saying that while you were writing the rent receipts?
It was that.
You went over there to find a piece of paper. You went over there to find a piece of paper and to find your Wi-Fi code.
I didn't give you permission to go snooping around my house.
No, and I tried to tell you that it's right there. You're lying. No, I wasn't.
You stole my Wi-Fi password. You
were looking for the Wi-Fi. You said that you were going to enter it in for me.
Okay, listen. I'm going to cut off the Wi-Fi on the 7th. So you just should know.
Okay, but listen. Okay, and I asked you, I said my son graduation date is the 7th. I can't do anything. You said that the 8th. But anyway, and plus it needs to. I got it recorded. But anyway, it need to be the 10th because from 5 days, if I hadn't paid you by today, okay, in which I'm gonna provide you proof, and that's another reason why I'm calling you, that you could. So if you know that you get your money, then you could just go ahead and stop fussing. Whatever, but however, US dollars.
What money are you talking about?
So, like I said, with the Wi-Fi, you said that you were going to enter it in.
I'm going down there the first day after your 5 days up. I'm going down there to the courthouse and do what I got to do.
The 5 days would be 5 days from today.
It would.
That's according to the lease.
Okay. It's 5 days from the time you don't pay your rent on the 1st.
And you also said that there is a fee after that, after the 5 days.
Okay.
You also sign a contract that you also.
I'll take that up in the court.
Okay,
and I'll tell them what the charges are.
Okay, so anyway, you said that you were going to enter in a Wi-Fi passcode for me, that you didn't want me to enter it in, that you were going to do it, and you had to find the code. And me knowing where it was, I said, it's right here. I said, you didn't say it was right here. You wrote it in. And you said, no, it's not. You said, no, I did not write it down. You said, no, it's not. No, it's not. I said, yes, it is. You said, I'm about to write it. You were trying to find something to write with.
I wasn't trying to find nothing to write nothing down.
Yes, you did.
Because I don't want to give you no reason to keep hanging around.
I can go anywhere to get Wi-Fi. You're not the only person that ain't the reason why I would want to be here. Wi-Fi.
You were reminding me that you stole my password.
No, and I text you it. I texted to you, and that I did not steal it. That's why you over talking me. But people smart. Only way, okay, and that's all I asked for my son. I offered you $40, which I had been giving you. I had paid you before. But when I had the Wi-Fi, the people from Spectrum to come, you turned them around the second day that they had came. They knocked on your door. You knocked on your. They knocked on your side door. They knocked on your. No, the first day I talked to them, I wasn't, and because they were supposed to come at a different time. The second day they came, they knocked.
Nothing to do with that. That's your business.
What is exactly? And I told you that. And the second day they came, they knocked on your side door, and instead of you telling them to go to the front door, you told them I wasn't here. And you know I was here. I had just talked to you. You are playing games with me, and that's why I said you want me not to. You don't want to give me the Wi-Fi, but you sent it away so I can have my own. So apparently you must be doing something or participating in something to stop me, and you know that my son really appreciates his wife having Wi-Fi. So I offered you that $40, and then later on you said that you were going to put it in for me, but you needed to locate it. So you were looking for it and you were going to write it down. And then I went straight to it. Apparently you didn't know that it was right there. And I was trying to teach you that it was right there. You said it wasn't. I told you that I had it. And then I also texted to you on your phone. And I told you that I was confirming that I had the password right there. As far as the sodas, I asked you, could I have one? You said yes. And I went in there and I said, you have some eggs on top of your soda. And you said, oh, that's where I store my containers. I said, okay. You said, did I look in it? I said, no. I said, when I moved it to get, I asked you, did you want me to get one out the refrigerator or on the side? You said on the side. I told you that they hadn't been open. And you said, that's all right. Just, you can get one of those. And then I said, you drink a lot of these teas. I said, and I know that this whole tea situation is a misunderstanding. So, but you need to hear what I'm saying. I said, you drink a lot of these teas. I said, they must be good. Can I have one? And you said, you started yelling. You said, go ahead and get the tea and go, because you've been here a long time. I got some stuff that I want to do, or whatever you said. And so I said, oh, you giving me a tea too? You are so nice, and this and that. And so in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, when I have a chance, I was going to buy you a 6-pack of soda and then some more tea, because that was nice that you offered. You said that I could have the tea and I can have the soda or whatever. And I offered to pay you for it, but you told me I didn't have to pay you. So then when I got over to, and it's hard being young, with a senior citizen, I'm trying to understand, but this is really psychological abuse on me, and it really hurts me. It's affecting me. And I'm not trying to diagnose you or say that you're doing anything wrong, but it's really affecting me because I'm telling the truth. When I set both of those bottles down, I could have put them in my book bag or anything. I did not steal them. I placed them right there I could have left right out the door. I could have just set them there, and if I was going to steal them, I could have opened it up and drank it right away. There's many things that I could have done, but I set them both right there. And then that's when I started talking to you about the Wi-Fi or whatever. But you said, what am I doing with the tea? I said, you said that you told me to get the tea. But now I'm thinking, hold on. And I'm thinking that apparently you said the tea, but you meant to say the soda. That's the only way that I can think that you're trying to say.
Okay, all right. You know what? It's not worth going through all that. That's not why I'm being a victim, but it's just shows what kind of issues we be having. It be about nothing, but it's always something.
Because I think that you're upset because I'm just gonna be real with you. I think you're upset because I won't entertain you. I won't have sex with you, and that's another thing too. It's not fair. But I was one thing that I called, and I was gonna say maybe you might feel better if maybe we can sit down maybe and talk in a some sort of whatever. It's like
talk about what?
About
this?
Sex? No, I'm not talking. I'm saying you had offered me to go to different places. Like you said that you wish that I was somewhere with you, and when you go get your different food, and it would be nice if I was there or whatever. I've talked to you.
I never said nothing like that to you.
Okay.
I have never said anything about you going anywhere with me to do anything.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, because I don't want you going with me.
Okay, maybe not in this.
Like you said you wanted to, you can clean up my house for me, and I can go. You can go do my shopping for me, and all this, that, and the other.
No, if I said anything about your shopping for you, it was a conversation that was had back last year.
Well, I don't know when the conversation was, but you're always saying something that, out of the blue. You're the one that pushes that.
No, that's
that
not.
shit.
I didn't say that.
Me.
So do you want me to say what you said?
Say it. Say it.
Who's all going to have access to this phone call?
What are you talking about?
Who's all going to, because I don't want to say different things.
You called me. I didn't call you.
No, only way I'm going to say this if I know who is going to have, who's hearing this call or who can hear this call.
You're the one that like having other people on the line.
I just asked you a question. Is there, who all is going to have access to this call other than you and other than myself, Jasmine Davis?
Listen, I ain't even got time, but I ain't got to hear what you got to say because I ain't nothing but a lot of noise to me.
So you don't want me to say it, right?
So, I mean, you can say it or don't say it. That's up to you.
But I want to say it. I really truly want to let you know because apparently.
Well, I'm getting ready to hang up this damn phone. I'm getting ready to hang up this damn phone because we ain't
because you keep bringing up stuff that I didn't call you about, and that takes up the whole call because you do that on purpose. You never want to talk about business. You crowd the whole call. No, that's okay. Whatever. I said to you, and you treat me like I'm just trash too. That's another thing. Like I'm just like that. Like you just hate me so bad. Like you don't, like you treat me like I treat you like you trash or something. Like you treat me like I am mean to you. You treat me like just because I don't have sex with you. That's the problem.
You stole my
whoa. You gonna still press that envelope?
You stole my Wi-Fi password.
After I just explained exactly what happened, you still gonna say that?
Well, you didn't even ask to go in the back. You just got up and went in there like you owned the place.
You seen that I did some work, and I didn't think that it would be a problem for me to wash my hands. Because I've had that conversation with you before when I washed my hands at.
Going somewhere. I said, what the hell is she going?
But you should know, where else would I be going? To the back? Okay. So no. Okay. No. No. You think?
You went up there to my Spectrum modem and stole my password. I don't know what the hell you're doing or what the hell you feel like you're entitled to do. You're not entitled to do those things.
So did that happen before or those things?
Don't matter.
No, I'm asking. No, it does. It does.
On your own permission. I didn't give you permission to write down no password.
I did not write it down.
I didn't give you permission to take my sweet tea. I thought you're gonna have a soda.
And I said that apparently you meant to say soda, but you said tea.
I said what I said.
I have it recorded. It's all recorded. It's all recorded.
Whatever I said one thing. You took a soda and a tea. You took two things.
Okay.
I didn't say no two things.
And then I said to you that I misunderstood what you said.
Well, you didn't
and I did not drink the soda. I'm going to give you.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
No, it's not that serious. I asked you about the tea. Because
accumulation. There's always something going on with you.
But that's not your business. You too into my business. I did not call you about this. What you wanted to do was get me on the phone today and have a record, because you tried to do it on Saturday and I went and talked to you. So today you doing it so that you can get it recorded. And that's all you doing.
Okay. Well, Saturday, I don't know. Saturday, I don't remember calling you. I remember you calling me.
What did I call you about?
I don't know. This is what it is. After we hang up on this phone call, I'm I'm not gonna remember nothing we talked about.
So how do you want to remember everything else? See, you don't remember nothing business, but you remember a whole bunch of stuff that you come up with.
This is a lot of nonsense you talking about.
So you don't know what I called you? What time did I call you on Saturday?
I don't know, but we talked for a long time about nothing.
No, now you not telling the truth. Now you telling a story. You not a story, but you, because my mom told, no, you're being dishonest as you could ever be.
Okay.
I was not on that phone long with you. It was barely even daylight. If it was daylight, it wasn't even daylight. I called you because there was a fire-like spark in one of those outlets. But as soon as I called, you thought I was calling you to come and have sex with you.
Okay, I remember you called me at 7 o'clock in the morning or something, talking about something.
It was early. I don't know. No, it was early in the morning.
Yeah, well, 7 o'clock is early.
Oh.
Okay, I remember that now. Okay. Then
It was 5:26.
I went back to sleep about 9 o'clock.
It was 5:26 a.m. I talked to you for 13 minutes. It didn't even have to be that long, but you told me, could I light your fire, and you want to see me light your fire and spark. You got something to spark, and normal stuff that a man would think that time of morning. I'm not blaming you, but what I'm saying is you try to act like that you want to talk to me like I'm a child, or talk to me like I'm a criminal, or talk to me like anything other than respecting me as a woman.
I seldomly call you at all. When we talk, you calling me.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Hold on. I got a call from you. All right.
Okay, and so what I'm saying to you is, you are not.
I think all this is just a waste of my time. All this time we spent on the phone. Ain't nothing getting resolved here.
But you treated me like I'm a child.
Well, then maybe you go somewhere where they treat you like an adult.
See, that's not a proper response to you. You don't talk to people like that.
That's how I feel. I'm responding to how I feel.
But that is not. You can't always say.
Go someplace where you'll be happier.
The problem is, okay, I'm gonna say this to you, because I did not call you. I've been talking to you all this time, and I plan on calling you for like just a quick couple minutes.
Oh, our relationship would be so much better.
What relationship?
Tenant landlord.
How could it be better?
By not calling me and talking a lot of nonsense on the phone all the time.
And remember when I had stopped calling you and I stopped bothering you, it was pretty pleasant. But it's problems that I sit here and wait for you to fix, or now I have to. You told me that you were going to give me a chance to get on my feet after that weird program even ended, after they stopped paying. You lied to me. And I could have went and found somewhere else. I could have did other things. You told me that, okay, I said, I would rather go because the rent is too high here. And I'm not going to be able to maintain that. And I'm trying to find somewhere at least for a good amount of time. And I told you I wanted to get through the summer somewhere. And then when the school year start or whatever, before winter, if you didn't negotiate with me, then I would leave, because I did not want to move in the winter. And you told me that you were not going. hassle me. You were gonna be reasonable because you felt like you wanted someone up there that you could feel safe having up there, and you also did not like being. It's lonely being down there by yourself. It's nice to have someone up there. And you said that you know that you would not have any problems that you would have by having some random person up there, because it's no guarantee if they're gonna pay their rent, if they're gonna do this and that and the other. But you have changed everything up, and so you have misled me. And so how far I have been in my mind, everything has been a lie. Every action that I have had towards you, and I can get very deep on that, it has not made sense. And so now I have to try to spend my time knowing I have other things to do. I have to reinvent my plan, try to adjust my mindset, the way that I'm thinking, because I thought that I would at least be able to get through the summer here. You told me that. Because that was one of the conditions that we discussed when I moved here. But you now are pushing this all the way forward, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, saying whatever you want to say out your mouth, but you're not considering that, you're saying a lot of stuff that you could be sued for, and you think that I won't sue you. I'm not threatening you. What I'm saying is, it's not even about suing. It's about just having some courtesy, some respect for me as a woman. But you don't care because you think that that I don't have somebody that can come and check you on it. And then also you think that I don't have anybody that will say anything to you. You think that I won't go to court. You think that whatever I say don't matter because you have all this stuff that you saying. You building up this case against me. Now you saying I'm stealing your tea. Now you saying I'm stealing different things. You keep, because you can't control yourself. I don't know if you need to adjust different things that you're taking, you're doing. I don't know if you need to, you told me that you were having issues. You told me that you want to change your diet, all these different things, but you should start doing those things and you might not treat me so poorly. If I call you, I'm calling you about business. I know how to call you and have a regular conversation with you, and we don't, every time I don't argue with you when I'm having a regular conversation.
You don't have no business to discuss.
If I call you about this, I told you I'm trying to work on an exit strategy because I'm basically being kicked out abruptly. This was not what you said. You told me that you would sit down and talk with. You told me.
When the round was ending, so you should have figured there was going to be an eviction behind.
No, you told me that you would
talk. I didn't say you could live here free. I
did not say that. You see, what's wrong with you? When did I ever? Why would I ever want to live somewhere free so somebody can try to?
So that if you ain't paying no rent, it's time to get evicted. It's time for you to go.
No, you told, and you don't even, the fact is, you don't even know if the money coming or whatever, but what I'm saying is, you told me that, I told you that I was not, you wanted that money from Weird so bad, you said anything to convince me.
Convince you of what?
You just wanted that money, you lied and said, I told you, no, I don't want to agree to $1,400 on the lease. That's too much. Because I won't be able to pay that. And I need somewhere to be to get we had just came here from off the streets through trauma. So basically I needed at least a good amount of time, I knew
It's been over a year.
And I wanted to have a fresh.
It's been over a year.
Okay. Listen, I wanted to make sure that I can get my son through this summer and we can start off fresh somewhere else. At the school year, and I told you that, and you told me that you were not going to stress me about that $1,450.
I ain't told you that.
Yes, you did.
Told you nothing like that.
I told you that I could not afford to pay $1,450, and I don't think.
You told me that, yeah, and I said we worked something out.
Okay, so what are you going back and forth with me?
You supposed to give me some money on the first. You didn't do it. You're not following through with nothing.
I told you, and I said somebody been spending spending all my money, and I can call. I said I call.
All right, it got nothing to do with that. I had nothing to do with that.
No, that's not. But I'm telling you, I said to you, I offered it to you because I know that the program was gonna pay you, but I felt like it was wrong for me not to give you any kind of money.
Well, that's what you did. You didn't give me any kind of money.
Right, but didn't I say that though? Did I not say that even?
What is it you said was wrong? You not give me any kind of money. You didn't give me any kind of money. You gave me nada, zilch.
You on that medicine and you could just keep going on and on, but I'm not feeling this mess. I'm not. This is not normal. Only a person on drugs. No, only a person on drugs can appreciate some stuff like this, or somebody that has a really, like somebody that is very patient, that is like a much better person with talking to you can handle something like this. Because you're only saying when you cannot find a way to change your way around the conversation, then you partially admit it just enough. But then you start yelling and then you come up with something real quick and then you go right back and then you ruin the conversation all over again. You told me, I told you when I was in Kenosha, before I even came to see the place, you said, well, how much? And you said, I could be, what about Tyrell? Is anybody in your life? You asked me, was I having sex with anybody? Did I have a man and all that? I told you, no, I'm not. And I told you I should not be discussing that with you. And then you said you said something like, do I have anybody there for my son and all that? I said, what, you want to be like a granddad to him? You said, no, I'm trying to be like a daddy to him. I'm only trying to remind you.
I'm not trying to be like no daddy to him.
You not even a man. Listen, I ain't trying to I'm not trying to go through this, and I know the truth of what happened on that conversation. And I told you that I wouldn't be able to pay you nothing but $500 or $600 a month from my income that I had at that time. And you said, okay, well, let's see if you can get on this program. You told me that the girl that was staying there, you said, listen, the girl that was staying here had this program where they paid all her whole rent, and I charged her $1,200, and they paid it the whole time she was here for 18 months. And I said, oh, that's right. I heard about that program. That's the weird program. I know I qualify.
You know about that weird program when you came here, kid. You know how to play the system. Yeah, you know the system more better than anybody.
No, what I'm saying.
And I ain't tell you about it. You know about it. You play the system. You know how to play the system.
Listen, what I'm saying to you is, okay, I have been, when I was there, I was not at your place. And so I was not using public aid. I was paying cash for.
Okay, I don't even want to go there. It's not germane. I don't need it. It's not relevant to anything. I'm talking about from June. Not talking about right now.
That was in June.
Okay.
It was like the day before my birthday. It was the day before. It was June 11th. It was June 11th, 2022.
Okay. All right. Bye. We're not going to the world.
So what I'm saying is, I want to talk to you about the payments, so I can make sure.
Just what we done talked about.
All this other stuff that we have been on the phone, just only so you can get record to probably contact some. I'm not gonna say any names, but people that are familiar with me or know me, so y'all can sit around and judge whether or not I got my head on straight. For y'all can judge whether or not, whatever it is, so y'all can sit back and laugh or say that I'm a joke or say this and that and the other. Like, you sitting here trying to pimp me out of my conversation, and I literally just called you just to talk. What's not fair is, it's not fair me being a young woman out here. No. It's not fair for me being a young woman having to talk to a man like this and have to go back and forth and try to tussle up a conversation and be talked to rough like this, and I have to be kicked out into the world and be psychologically abused without a roof over my head. It's not fair what you keep doing to me to send me in a place in this condition like this, and you don't see it, you don't understand it. But the things that you are doing to me is not right.
I'm not doing anything because you're not doing nothing for yourself.
I'm doing a lot. It's just I cannot make people do anything for me, but I am accomplishing the things that I need to accomplish for myself. You see that I was able to lose weight because I can handle that on my own. I don't need nobody to tell me to lose weight. I don't need nobody to tell me to do nothing with my own personal body.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You lost that weight. Most people are not successful with weight loss.
Because I was able to work on myself. I didn't have nobody controlling me.
That's good. You did that, and use that as motivation to do some other things for yourself.
Okay, and I am. I have all kinds of stuff. That's why I said this is very important to me. Because all of the things that I have, the job applications, all that stuff, all of the things that I have, it takes time. Sometimes it take a week. I might have a job next week. I might have a job whenever. And I also told you that. And you said, okay. But you haven't even given nothing a chance to even, you just... No, that is not what I'm talking about. I was supposed to not have to pay you for 18 months, and now you rushing me. And it's only been 12, not even 12 months yet.
What are you talking about? I didn't tell you to have no free rent for 18 months.
No, you were supposed to be paid. You wanted me to stay here at least 18 months. Remember I told
you nothing like that.
I told you that I wanted to find somewhere else, and you said that, you started, okay, whatever.
You said if you wanted to go, ain't no way I would have stayed in your way.
You even yelled at me when I was on the phone with social services because I had said that she asked me, was I planning on staying? I said, if I can find somewhere else to go, then I will go. But right now, this is where I am.
Well, I haven't yelled at you. I don't even know what you're talking about.
What I'm saying to you is, and I appreciate you not yelling, but what I'm saying is, you're not even giving me a chance. So that's why I know that you don't want me to be here. But you saying that you want me to pay the money. If I pay the money, I can stay. But you're not giving me a chance to really. I just got out of jail. I got court stuff and everything. Like, I'm asking you, you're going to get your money.
Well, I want all your money. You said when you got your son's check, you was going to pay me some money.
And I'll try to, and I...
You don't follow through. I can't trust you.
No, I told you that I could give you $200 or $100.
No, you ain't.
Yes, I did.
You started off with $300.
Okay.
So you actually started out there. Well, I'm getting a $600 check, and I give you some of it. That's where it started off at.
Right.
Until I started putting you in a position where you had.
Oh, no, because I didn't know how much it was going to be. Because
well, you told me you told me it's going to be $600.
No, because sometimes it's $500. It was $600. But
okay, then, that's what you told me.
No, but sometimes it's $500, sometimes it's $700. And so I had gotten, but I didn't realize that I was going to have to do it. I didn't, first of all, I didn't.
Never mind what you realized,
okay, and so, but this, you see?
I didn't have a dime, you didn't give me a nickel.
And I still can give you what I told you, but you told me, you gave me an eviction notice. I tried to talk to you and get to there and pay you several times.
You ain't trying to pay me.
Yes, I did. And I told you I was not coming down there like that. But are you crazy? Why would I want to pay? Why? How? And I offered you $40. I offered you $40. But okay, if I can't give you $100 or $200, I offered you $40 just for your Wi-Fi.
And you stole it instead.
You told.
You didn't have to pay. You stole it.
Okay, whatever. You something else. You've been doing this shit for a long time. I know you got lots of money in the bank. For real.
Okay, so are we done now?
I didn't even get to talk to you about why I called, man.
Well, then why didn't you talk to me? You have been on the phone when we've been on the phone now.
You want to talk to me all day long. I can't talk to you on this phone all day like this. I can talk to you a couple times throughout the day. Well, why don't you just be quiet long enough to let me talk then?
Oh my God. You see how they twist things around?
Because I'm trying to understand where you coming from. I'm young. I'm trying to learn. Like, you could be teaching me something like to keep up.
Terrell go to school?
Yes.
Oh, hey, come down here and do something for me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be in front of me. Come down here and do something.
But what exactly is it? Because I don't know I don't know what you recording, who you about to, what y'all doing.
I'm getting off the phone.
So what exactly do you want me to come down there real quick and do?
I don't know, what can you do real quick?
I'll talk to you through the door. I'll be down there. I got another call for real.
No, don't come down here.
I'll call you then. I'll call you.
I'm just talking.
Oh, well, I gotta go. For real. I'll call you right back. I'll call you right back. Okay.
Don't you come down here.
Okay. Hello, this is Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine.